Hello, you're watching VNA News Bulletin. I'm Vi Hồng from Hanoi with the major stories.
President holds talks with Chilean counterpart. Vice State President holds talks with Swedish Prime Minister. And later on, painting by exiled king presented to Vietnam Fine Arts Museum.
State President Lương Cường paid an official visit to Chile at the invitation of Chilean President Gabriel Boric Font. Join us to see the leader's activities in the following report.
Chilean President Gabriel Boric Font hosted a welcome ceremony in Santiago on November 11th for Vietnamese State President Luong Quang, who is on an official visit to the South American country. Following the ceremony, the leaders held talks, where they compared notes on measures to deepen and raise the efficiency of the comprehensive cooperation between the two countries. Quang's visit marks the first by a Vietnamese state president in 15 years, reflecting the commitment to strengthen the traditional friendship and multifaceted cooperation between the two nations. Boric expressed admiration for Vietnam's achievements in national development, seeing Vietnam's experiences as valuable for Chile. Chile, celebrating the 10th anniversary of its free trade agreement with Vietnam, reiterated its commitment to Asia-Pacific relations and collaboration within the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP. The leaders agreed on deepening cooperation in areas such as free trade, agriculture, renewable energy, science, and defense. They pledged to improve the legal framework for sustainable growth in bilateral trade and support each other at international forums. Quang highlighted the significance of the visit, coinciding with the 55th anniversary of a historic meeting between President Ho Chi Minh and President Salvador Allende. Following their discussions, the leaders witnessed the signing of several cooperation agreements, reaffirming their shared commitment to advancing the comprehensive partnership. State President Luong Quang met President of the Chilean Senate José García Ruminot in Santiago on the same day. The Vietnamese leader affirmed the importance Vietnam attaches to developing its friendship and comprehensive cooperation with Latin American nations, with Chile playing a crucial position. Garcia said in recent times the Vietnam-Chile relations in general and the parliamentary ties in particular have continued to grow strongly, substantively, and effectively across various areas. He expressed his delight at the growth in bilateral trade, which continues to be a highlight in their relationship, reaching over $1.3 billion in the first 9 months of this year. Also on November 11th, the state president of Vietnam had a meeting with Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies of Chile Carol Cariola, who is also head of the Chile-Vietnam Parliamentary Friendship Group, in Santiago de Chile. Both leaders noted progress in the relations between the two countries and their legislatures as reflected through regular mutual visits and bilateral meetings on the sidelines of multilateral conferences. Quang highlighted legislative cooperation as a key pillar of the Vietnam-Chile diplomatic relations, which has helped to create a favorable legal framework between the two countries. Cariola agreed to strengthen cooperation between the two legislatures in areas such as law building, supervision, and making decisions on key national issues. As part of his official visit to Chile, the state president Luong Quang Safofa in Santiago de Chile. Speaking highly of Vietnam's market growth potential, the Chilean side expressed their eagerness to capitalize on the trade agreements linking the two countries. President Quang called on Chilean investors to study and expand investment cooperation in various areas, including renewable energy, mining, and deep mineral processing, while bolstering potential collaboration across such potential domains as high-tech agriculture, climate change response, digital transformation, and advanced technology.
The 15th National Assembly continued the 8th sitting on November 12 with a question and answer session. Let's take a look.
Addressing legislators, Prime Minister Chin highlighted GDP growth, public investment, power supply, innovation, and human resources training. He noted that the economic situation is on a positive trend in October and outperformed that of September. Given the encouraging performance over the last 10 months, from now to the year's end, the government will work to sustain momentum, striving for a GDP growth rate of over 7.5% in the fourth quarter and over 7% for the whole year, he said. Regarding public investment, which remains sluggish, Prime Minister Chin said the government will continue strengthening directions to speed up the disbursement to raise the rate to over 95%. Resources, especially public-private partnerships, will be efficiently mobilized and used for training high-quality human resources to meet international standards and market demand, the government leader noted.
Vice President Võ Thị Ánh Xuân held talks with Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson on November 11th as part of her ongoing official visit to the West European country, during which the two sides agreed to further deepen bilateral relations in the coming time.
The Swedish Prime Minister congratulated Vietnam on its remarkable achievements in socio-economic development and international integration in recent years, stating that Sweden treasures its relations with Vietnam. Swan affirmed Vietnam attaches importance to strengthening and expanding its traditional friendship and good cooperation with Sweden. Regarding economic cooperation, the Vietnamese leader expressed her appreciation for Sweden, one of the first countries that ratified the new generation EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement at an early date. The two emphasized the need to expand collaboration in areas such as innovation, science and technology, culture, tourism, and people-to-people exchanges. Before the talks, the two leaders witnessed the signing of two memorandums of understanding on cooperation between the Foreign Ministry and the Ministry of Industry and Trade of Vietnam and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Sweden.
State President Lương Cường is set to make his first official visit to Peru and attend the APEC Economic Leaders Week in Lima from November 12 to 16 at the invitation of Peruvian President Dina Boluarte. This is the first visit to Peru and also first attendance at the Multilateral Forum of Cường as Vietnam's state leader. His participation in APEC highlights Vietnam's strong commitment to multilateralism and active engagement in APEC's collaborative efforts.
President Luong Quang's attendance at the upcoming 2024 APEC Leaders Week, which coincides with the forum's 35th founding anniversary, affirms Vietnam's wish to contribute to addressing regional and global challenges, promoting international economic integration, and creating new momentum for regional growth.
Với các ưu tiên trên, các bộ ngành của Việt Nam tiếp tục tranh thủ.
Over the past 26 years of participating in APEC, Vietnam's ministries and sectors have continued to make the most of APEC's resources to boost their capabilities. They have led or co-led projects with several member economies on topics such as e-commerce, empowering women, tackling climate change, sustainable and inclusive growth, and support for SMEs.
Thúc đẩy chuỗi cung ứng tự cường.
Over the past 26 years since joining APEC, Vietnam has left its imprints on regional cooperation, consistently being recognized for its active, responsible, and effective contributions to realizing the forum's goals and visions and advancing its influence.
Nổi bật nhất,
Vietnam is one of the few countries to have successfully hosted APEC twice, in 2006 and 2017. The nation is among the most active members in proposing new ideas and projects. Right now, Vietnam is leading the effort to shape the APEC agenda on structural reform for the 2026 to 2030 period.
Giai đoạn 2026-2030.
It is expected that Vietnam will host the APEC year in 2027. This event is considered an opportunity for Vietnam to promote the implementation of the APEC Vision to 2040, which Vietnam initiated and has been involved in developing with other member economies since 2017. During the trip to attend APEC 2024, President Luong Quang will make an official visit to Peru, which coincides with the 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries, November 14th. The visit reflects the strong development of the Vietnam-Peru bilateral ties, spanning various areas from politics and diplomacy to economics and trade.
President Luong Quang's official visit to Peru is part of Vietnam's ongoing efforts to implement its independent, self-reliant foreign policy, which also focuses on promoting multilateralization and diversification of external relations and deeper international integration. The visit highlights Vietnam's commitment to enhancing its relationship with Peru, aiming for a more practical and effective partnership.
President Luong Quang's official visits to Chile and Peru are expected to generate new momentum, taking Vietnam-Chile Comprehensive Partnership and Vietnam-Peru multifaceted cooperation into a new phase with more dynamic and substantial development, while further affirming Vietnam's growing role and standing in the Asia-Pacific and in the world.
Vietnam's digital economy is projected to reach $36 billion in 2024, up 16% from the previous year, according to the latest Economy Southeast Asia report released by Google, Temasek, and Bin & Company.
The report highlights that Vietnam's leadership has unveiled an ambitious digital roadmap for the year, which emphasizes AI and semiconductor technologies, alongside economic growth and improved public services. This proactive approach by the government sets Vietnam up well for significant digital advancements, despite previous limitations in infrastructure investment. Furthermore, Vietnam is rapidly going cashless, fueled by public initiatives and innovative financial solutions. According to the report, the e-commerce market remains a key pillar of Vietnam's economy, contributing $22 billion, up 18% year-on-year, and accounting for 61% of the total digital economy. Vietnam's digital payments have also seen impressive growth, with the gross transaction value rising to $149 billion in 2024, from $126 billion in 2023. The figure is expected to reach $300 to $350 billion by 2030.
The Vietnam Fine Arts Museum held a ceremony to receive a painting titled Hillsides in Delhi Ibrahim Algiers by Ham Nhi, an exiled Vietnamese king, on November 12.
Ham Nhi, 1871 to 1944, was the 8th king of the Nguyen dynasty. After the imperial city of Hue was lost in 1885, he was detained by the French colonialists in 1888 and exiled in Algiers the following year. During the years of exile, the king learned painting and sculpture, following the art movements of Impressionism and Post-Impressionism. He created 91 paintings along with a number of sculptures. The oil painting was created in 1908, depicting the countryside landscape near his home in Algiers. In 1926, the work was displayed at the Mantelet Colette Weil Gallery in Paris. Meanwhile, the 500-page book was published in the Vietnamese language last month, compiled by Dr. Amandine Dabit, Ham Nhi's fifth-generation descendant. It explores the dual identity of the emperor as a patriot and an artist during his exile in France and Algeria.
And that also wrapped up our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye for now.